All right, guys. Ian Anderson and
Anthony Van Heuvel.
from Such Close Disc Golf, and we have some glass bullet open for you guys. We got the round one, and we have the second feature card. I guess they call it, right?
This is, yes.
Cool. So on our feature card today, we got Ricky Wysocki, Nate Sexton, Drew Gibson, and Jeremy Koling. Pretty cool card.
Masters of the forehand.
Yeah, three of the best forehands.
The three best forehands.
Yep. We're starting off on hole 1, 375. It's a nice, easy backhand hyzer hole over OB, but these guys shouldn't come up short.
Definitely not. If anything, they got to worry about the bushes long.
This is very true. On the box first is Team Latitude 64 poster boy, Ricky Wysocki. Looking pretty good.
Throwing out a nice signature Saki bomb there.
Looks like he came up a little bit short left, but he'll have a putt for birdie. And we got Nate Sexton. Also pumping up a hyzer.
Looks to also be coming up a little bit left. Short little left.
Well within his putting range, though.
Absolutely.
And we got Dynamic Discs. New signee, Drew Gibson. He's an absolute crusher, Tony.
No lack of power for him. 18, 19 years old, and he can throw with the best of them.
He did find that bush right there, which can be kind of annoying to putt out of. Big germ up last. Certainly not least. And certainly not shortest. Looks like that one faded out a little early, hit that tree.
Actually, in this case, he was the shortest. So
Here is his putt for birdie.
a good run.
Wow. Definitely scared it. And this is Drew from the bushes. An awkward putt. And he got like a crazy wind gust right there.
That was odd.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that live, but that's Kansas for you.
Yeah. And there's Rick. Dropping a nice birdie.
As Ricky does.
Yep. He is a solid putter. Speaking of solid putter, Nate Sexton. Drew coming back for his par.
A little bit of wind. Not too much issue that time.
Yeah. He got a crazy headwind on his initial birdie putt though.
Yeah.
It was really like dead calm and he caught some crazy gust.
Just waiting for him.
It was. There was a germ dropping in a par. Ricky and Nate with some nice birdies on hole 1. Good way to start off your tourney. It's going to bring us to hole 2, 348. Pretty much dead straight. See the people going up the middle, kind of a mid or a forehand, or taking it out wide with a high-speed driver backhand line.
Yeah, taking that hyzer line, you just got to watch out for those bushes along the right-hand side there.
Yeah, you definitely want to fade earlier than later.
Yeah.
And there's Rick throwing a backhand.
From the hyzer.
Flirting with that tree, Tony.
Getting close.
But speaking of getting close,
That's parked.
that's pretty close to the basket.
That is parked.
Yep. You got Nate Sexton up second.
Another hyzer.
Yeah, he told me he was trying to go around that tree. Kind of sawed it off a little bit.
Well, better than going into the tree.
Yeah, absolutely true. True.
I've never done, of course.
Nah, who does that? It's for noobs.
Not these guys.
So it looks like Drew's throwing a little hyzer flip up the middle. I'm not that sure that was his judge or not, but he throws judges really far.
That was a judge. That's a crush.
Yeah. And Germ throws this worm burner forehand.
Got some skip.
Pretty
Not
cool.
as much as he wanted, but yeah.
Yeah. Got Drew for birdie. A little wide. Yep. Germ also with a birdie look from short left.
Comes up a little short left.
He did, yeah. And Nate from just outside the circle. Yeah, just a little more on that.
little bit
More
more.
on it, yep. Germ coming back for his par, no worries there. And all I can say about that putt is that was a nice drive.
That is correct.
Yeah. Drew coming back for his par, and Nate had just a little drop in. Rick taking a lone bird. He's off to a pretty good start, Tony.
Doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah. Absolutely. We are on to hole 3. Pretty straight with a little bit of a left finish. The deal here is it finishes uphill with a low ceiling.
Yeah. not easy.
No.
Not easy.
And the ground was really wet, it made skipping spotty.
Which I feel like this hole normally you want to kind of play for a skip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which makes this hole a lot more difficult.
Yep.
Unless you're Ricky Wysocki.
Unless you're Ricky Wysocki. That was seriously like the perfect line.
That was incredible, yeah.
Height and left to right.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Nate's coming in a little
short.
Yeah, but that's a good kick out of the bushes.
That was very fortunate.
Yeah.
Could have gone much worse for him.
Definitely. Drew, that's high. And
That's not what you want.
no, paid the price. That's ceiling. Big germ?
Also looking high.
Yeah. Fought through pretty
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a putt.
Should be down there with Nate.
Mm-hmm. So Drew's just going to be laying up for a par. He's out a little bit wide, but
He'll make that.
yeah, he will. Germ from outside the circle. Yeah,
Gave it a good run.
sure did.
Uphill.
Yeah. And Nate again from just outside the circle, and again leaves it just short.
He's getting closer.
It
so
sure is. Dead on line, too.
Next time you should have it.
Yep. And Germ cleans up his par after Ricky made a birdie. And we got Drew and Nate dropping in some pars. Rick getting a stroke on the card again.
3 for 3.
Yeah,
Starting off hot.
he is indeed. That's taking us to hole 4, which they were originally to play in the par 4 location, but the par 4 location, it's in the water. Yeah.
Need some scuba gear.
Yeah, there was some crazy downpours. Was it Tuesday night? I want to say, or something like that.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, so it was a lot of flooding on this course. So they had some course modifications, as it were. Rick a little bit low right there. Got over the mound, but didn't get all the way to the basket. Yeah, and I believe Nate's throwing an orc right here.
Man.
Yep, but didn't get the flip he wanted.
No, got more skip than he wanted.
Yeah. Drew going mid or putter.
For my sanity, I'm going to go with mid.
Yeah, for your ego.
Yeah.
And he also,
Turn out of it.
yeah, he's got a putt though. Finished almost pin high.
Mm-hmm.
And Germ going to the forehand, as Big Germ is wont to do.
Fairly well.
That is looking tasty, Tony. What a shot.
That is parked.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had somebody on every hole so far.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Rick gave it a go. Usually gets closer than that on those long ones.
Usually he's getting close to middle at least.
Yeah. Nate pitching out. Looked like he was running it, and he almost went OB right there. He's in between the flags.
Dangerously close.
He was half in, half out, which is all in when you're in disc golf.
All you need is just a little bit of touch.
Exactly. Drew misses his birdie putt, but Ricky does not miss his par. This is Nate for a par. Nicely done.
Easy.
They gonna let Germ putt at some point? He's just hanging out.
It's a good problem to have.
I think he's working on his tan right now. There he is.
Don't think he's complaining about that.
No, not so much. That was a great birdie from Big Germ. Definitely get some strokes and some folks with that one.
Absolutely.
Germ's getting under, which is always nice. Tied with Nate. Rick is still leading the card at 3 down, and we're on to a temp hole, which they added because of all that water. It's hole 5, but it's not 395. It's right around 300 exactly. Big Germ going on the forehand line, which is the more open line.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There is a straight shot, but you've got that low ceiling to deal with, and it's not easy.
Nah. Germ left a little bit left. I'll have a putt, but it's longer than he was looking for. Rick, I'm pretty sure that's one of his felons. Yeah, flying like it anyway. That's parked for Rick.
Ricky does with a sidearm, yeah.
Yep. Try and get back on that birdie train. Nate leaves it out a little bit wide.
I think that was one of his Sexton Firebirds.
Was it?
As well, yeah.
Nice.
I believe so.
Beautiful disc that is right there. And Drew throws this turnover, Anthony.
Just perfect. Through the trees. No big deal off the pole.
I did not see that from the tee. I'm glad you caught that shot.
No big deal.
Germ with an air ball. Yeah. Nate, look at the card 2.
There it is.
Not coming up short on that one, buddy.
Not this time.
Yep. And that was Rick tapping in his birdie. Ricky putts fast.
Ricky does a lot of things fast.
Yeah, he does.
He's not easy to film.
Nope. Germ cleaned up his par. This is Drew with an absolute drop in. Don't bang your head picking up that disc, buddy.
That's about my confidence circle right there.
Yeah. What a drive. That was beautiful.
Incredible.
Especially when everybody takes, the forehand, you take the backhand line and just park it.
And on a tempo that he's probably played 1 or 2 times.
If ever, right?
Crazy shot.
Yeah. Speaking of holes they might not have played, we're on to the Monkey Island hole. So you got to get into that stone fence, or wall, I guess it is. Not really a fence. This is Ricky throwing a backhand, which is the shot you want. And that's the result you want, Anthony.
That is exactly what you're looking for.
Mhm.
It is blind from the tee there. You can see the stones, but you can't see the basket itself.
Yeah. And Nate threw a little bit low, and he almost made it through this little gap in the wall, but didn't.
Just a bit long.
Yeah, it didn't quite happen. Drew's taking that higher line and missed those trees somehow. That should be a birdie.
That should be a birdie.
And Big Germ almost flips the flat, but that'll work.
Stays in.
Just a little bit long.
About all you're looking for on this one.
And looks like Nate is busting out his trusty R Pro dart from the drop zone. That was his 3rd shot. Gonna be taking a 4 most likely. And this is Drew for a birdie. Smash, smash.
No problems.
Indeed. Germ has no worries with that birdie putt either. There's Nate for a 4. And we got Ricky just tapping in a little birdie. Beautiful angle from Eric right here. Got that 3-camera coverage out there.
He's all right.
Yeah. Rick's 5 down after, was that 6?
6, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Mhm.
Nate with, I think, the first bogey of the card, too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Unfortunately.
So we are on to hole 7?
Yes.
Yes. It's a par 4, dogleg left. And Rick's just doing a placement shot. Not like we're trying to run the basket or anything. Just throwing it way over the trees. You'll see it come down right there. Should be a pretty easy up and down from Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Just a nice, easy forehand to the basket from there.
Mm-hmm.
Drew following that line, taking it way up high. And you'll see it smash down right there. Pretty similar spot to Rick. And Germ, that's real high, Tony.
Way up there.
Yeah.
Way up there.
I think a little higher than he wanted. Didn't quite matriculate down the fairway
Not quite get there.
as
no.
much as he wanted. And Nate, the crafty veteran, Anthony.
Roller.
Look at this gangster cut roller.
Probably the only one to throw this shot.
I bet, right? I saw somebody throw a forehand roller,
Yeah.
but they don't go as far as backhand cut rollers.
No,
That was a
not
beautiful
so
shot
much.
from Nate. Germ throwing the forehand on his 2nd shot. Still has some work to do, but ooh, almost smashed.
You almost gave that a run.
He
Looked
did,
like.
yeah. This is Rick's 2nd shot. I'm almost positive that's a harp.
Yeah.
BT hard harp, I want to say.
Put money on it.
Yeah. And this is Drew's 2nd shot, also going forehand.
That seems to be how a lot of people play this one. Just
Mhm.
the big highs are off the tee, forehand up,
Yeah.
make your putt.
And that is definitely a Sexton Firebird from the Sexton himself.
And that's
Nate.
definitely parked.
It is. This is Ricky to clean up a birdie. Nicely done. Germ matches that. I think we're on our way to a star frame.
It's looking like it.
It is.
No pressure, Drew.
Yeah, though. I'll mess it up. There we go. Nice work. An absolute drop in from Nate. Nicely done. Well, star frame action.
There we go.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Not the hardest part for it, but always nice to see him make it happen up there.
Very formidable.
It is indeed. We're on to hole 8.
Mm-hmm.
225, dead straight, just a little shorty, but there are some trees to deal with and OB in the road if you shank it pretty hard.
Really hard.
Really hard, yeah. That would be an epic pro shank or a normal Ian shank. That was a pretty good drive from Ricky, just a little bit long left.
There is a forehand line as well, kind of a straight, late fade forehand line.
Yeah. Drew, gotta imagine he's throwing a judge there, caught that late tree, and Germ's showing you that forehand line.
Forehand line.
Yeah, a little bit of skip. A little bit of parked.
That's right there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might have that tree in the way a little bit, but I'm more than 15 feet.
If somebody can stretch something out, it's Big Germ. Yeah. And Sexton with a great Sexton Firebird shot. And this is Drew from about 50.
Nice.
Dude. That was
Incredible.
good. That was good.
Incredible putt.
For sure. And Nate had to stretch this one out a little bit too, but also made a
I
great
didn't get to
putt.
see these putts live.
Yeah, that was incredible putting. And Ricky looking to match that. And a rare miss from Ricky inside the circle.
Low, too.
Yeah.
Very odd.
But Germ did stretch it out for a birdie right there. There's Ricky dropping in a par. And Ricky's still leading our card at 6 down. Drew and Germ hanging around along with Nate. That's going to take us to hole 9. It's another shorty, 260. A little bit of a dog leg right. The fairway really pinches down towards the basket, Anthony.
Yeah, there's that creek along the left-hand side, which is OB, and then the street is OB. I believe the sidewalk is still in play, though.
Yeah, I think you're right. Looks like Drew.
That was definitely a judge, and that definitely did not flip as much as he wanted.
No, it just straight coasted, and that is OB over there on the other side of the creek, unfortunately. Germ going forehand. He was not happy here.
Not at all.
I think that was a good tree hit, right?
I believe it saved him a stroke.
I think so too. Yeah, that
It
like
was tracking out that
Oh,
way.
it is. And Nate busting out that Sexton Firebird again.
Yep.
Those things have been flying off the shelves at Innova.
They've been flying down the fairways, too.
They have.
I believe that was that prototype file
Yeah.
as well, and
Yeah, Ricky throws that thing. It's going to be close most of the time. It's a great disc.
Yep.
Big Germ gave it a run for birdie, but not so much. This is Drew to save a par. You're going OB again. Not so much. Can we take in a 4, which hurts on those short
Those
par
short
3.
ones, yeah.
Yeah. And here is Sexton in the car to birdie.
Got it.
Indeed.
One of those gotta get birdies. He's gotta feel good about that.
Yeah, for sure. That was Drew with a 4. This is Ricky with an absolute drop in. Yeah.
Perfect shot.
Killing it out there. He is 7 down after 9. Missing 2 holes.
That's gotta be up there on the hot starts for the day.
Yeah, he hasn't even made any crazy putts. You know, it's all just been solid drives.
Yeah.
Well, cool, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in part 2.
Yep.
Bobby, those aren't soft taco shells.